Welcome to this month's topic, Shrove Tuesday, or better known as Fat Tuesday. Now, when I first saw this, I had no idea what Shrove Tuesday was. And then as I got further into it, a couple things came into mind. First one was, it's right before Lent. Okay? We just did Lent last week, or last month. You would have thought that would have been first. Kind of went in order, but that's just me. And then Fat Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday. Not thinking that they relate to each other, even though they're the same thing. Also Mardi Gras, again, not putting all of them together, but it was kind of neat once I saw the connection to them and how Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras is celebrated. Now, of course, like through time, things change, and we'll talk about that a little bit in this video. This is going to be a shorter video because Chuck covered most of the material. And we also did Lent last month. So if you weren't here for Lent last month, just go back on our timeline to the last Wednesday in July, and you'll get to see that video and that information. Alright, so let's get started. So Shrove Tuesday celebrated the day before Ash Wednesday, which is the beginning of the Lenten season. We learned all about Lent and the calendar on that. As we'll talk about in a little bit there. It was originally a solemn day, but like other things, as time went on, things kind of changed and the traditions kind of changed with that. Now it's more of a celebration and festival, just prior to the fasting season of Lent. And as we talked about last month, fasting isn't always not eating or eating less. It's doing different things that try to bring us closer to God. As we said, Mardi Gras is also called, Shrove Tuesday is also called Mardi Gras, which, here's a nice little trivia, is French for Fat Tuesday. So when you're on Jeopardy, make sure if you get that answer correct, you give us a little tip of the hat. It can be counted on the calendar 47 days before Easter, so no matter what year it is, if you find Easter, go back 47 days, and there is Fat Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday. Now, as we said, the numbers, this wouldn't be that many days before, but Lent itself excludes the Sundays. Like I said, as we learned about last month. Shrove is the past tense of shrive, which means to hear confession. And what we're trying to do with Shrove Tuesday is to prepare ourselves to confess our sins, that we are sinful people, and to get ready for that time of fasting, doing things to get us closer to God. So we're confessing that we're sinful people, and now we're trying to get closer to God in spite of that. This practice done prior to Lent to get us ready, to get us in that right frame of mind. Similar to when you go to church and you have the prelude music. It's to try to clear our heads, try to relax us, try to get us ready to focus so we can start worshiping God. Some of you, like I said, eating and fasting seems to be a big thing with Lent. Well, one thing I learned through doing this is also not just meat that you hear. Definitely, I know Catholics every Friday you don't eat meat. That's why you have all different kinds of neat things during that time frame. I know down our area we have a fish fry, so they're not eating meat. But it's also things that come from animals like egg, cheese, and fat on Fridays. And again, a lot of the egg, cheese, fat, and that stuff is actually taken out of Lent at all, totally. As other things went by with time, some of the stuff changed. I know growing up, I can remember, not during the Lenten season because we weren't Catholic, but Good Friday was huge as far as you don't eat meat. And I can remember my grandmother and grandfather going back and forth, and finally I think my grandmother just gave up and said, you know what, I'm not changing them. He always had no problem with eating meat on Good Friday. And she's and his big argument was, it's not in the Bible, so I don't have to do it. So he would go order a big steak and all that when they went out to eat. But I can always remember being brought up that Good Friday, you did not eat meat. Now, the other grandma, I can still remember a story she was telling us. She was the one that kind of brought me up in the church. Was always there every Sunday, sang in the choir. She was so concerned about it being respectful to Jesus as far as dying on the cross that, you don't eat meat. She inadvertently, as a kid one day, apparently ate a hot dog and must have realized it as she started to chew, and she literally got herself sick, if I remember the story correctly, because she spit it out, and she was just so ashamed and felt terrible that she ate meat on Good Friday. So again, some of these practices change. They also are different from religion to religion, or denomination to denomination. So again, that's one of the things through this process of Shrove Tuesday and Lent that they practice during that time. Mardi Gras also changed from one day, which again was Shrove Tuesday or Fat Tuesday, to the Sunday before Lent, to that Shrove Tuesday. Obviously, so we could party longer. So that was another change that happened with Mardi Gras and the Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday. And you always see the pictures and stuff down at Mardi Gras when that's happening. And in a video we're going to show you later, you'll see it on one of the churches that celebrates it. Pancake Tuesday, as you saw, Chuck was excited about those pancakes. And you know what? I asked my wife out or I didn't ask my wife out. I went on our first date to IHOP. So obviously pancakes. And we love going there. We got real friendly with the people. We go there every anniversary morning for breakfast. So it's a great place to go, and you get pancakes. How can things be bad when you're eating pancakes? There was a reason behind the pancakes, not just that they're good, but it helped to get rid of the milk, the eggs, and the butter, all those things that came from animals, so it wasn't wasted prior to going into the Lenten season. There's also recipes out there dedicated to meatless menus for Lent, which we're going to help you out with. Actually, not for the meatless ones, but for the Shrove Tuesday ones. We'll help you out with that, because we're probably getting you hungry by now. Alright, so that's actually the end of the video. Kind of short. Here's the resources that we looked at, and we'll also give you the links as we continue on with the tonight's small group. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you didn't get too hungry, and we will see you back next month. But it's not over yet. We still have more things on Facebook. This is just the end of the video, so we'll see you next month.